Okay, I'm on a yoga ball, so if I'm bouncing, that's what it is. Hello, and welcome to this video. So this is everything that I ate in 1 week, except with an emphasis on easy and lazy meals while still being moderately healthy and structured. So since I don't have classes this semester, I'm home basically all the time. So it's super easy for me to find time to make food for myself. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to show things that I normally eat but catered more toward commuter, college student, and work friendly. Also, if I wasn't filming this video during the week, there would be even more reheating and eating leftovers than there already is in this video. But for the sake of showing more options for the video, more different kinds of foods, I would make a bunch of food and put a lot of the leftovers in the freezer to eat like the following weeks, so that I could like still make more food for the video. So if anyone is confused or concerned about how I'm like continuing to make more food while I have leftovers, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Leave a comment. I'm gonna make a smoothie right now, but what I wanted to do for future days in this video when I'm gonna make a smoothie, I have these bags that are perfect for freezing. They're dishwasher safe. Like, you know, at the beginning of the week, I can prep like 5 of these bags that have my produce for my smoothies so that I don't have to get out all this, you know, measure out things. I don't usually measure out things, but you know, I think about it. Like I look at it and it's like, is that enough? And I'm like, no. And then I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, that's too much. So anyways, that was my little rant. But for now, I'm just gonna time myself making my normal smoothie. Starting the stopwatch. Let's go. All right, so we got some soy milk. I just kind of eyeball it based on like where the blade is. Then some hemp seeds. I also eyeball this. I just do it, you know. At the end of the day, I always think that like to taste is the best method for like anything, you know, because I gotta figure out what I was saying. Oh, because like you might taste my smoothie and think it's gross. Put some peanut butter in there. I'm just gonna put some spinach in there. And then I'm gonna put just a little bit of kale because I'm terrified of kale in smoothies. And then some blueberries, which I'm almost out of. I got nervous about the kale, so I'm gonna put a date in there. Look, see how much time I'm taking at these little details where I could just have a pre-packaged bag of these ingredients and then put it in. That was almost 3 minutes. I mean, I'm taking a little bit extra time because I'm filming myself, obviously, but... Oh, I forgot the ice! I forgot the ice. Let's try it. That's very interesting. I'm gonna time the aftermath also, but that was like 8 minutes long of prepping the smoothie and blending the smoothie. Actually, it's really good. So that took 12 minutes and 48 seconds to prep the smoothie, make the smoothie, taste the smoothie, talk about the smoothie, clean up after myself, making the smoothie. I'm gonna be making my lunch right now. But first, I wanted to make some coffee. So I'm getting really tired. But this is kind of like the more lazy way, I guess. I have been making cold brew I don't know why I always do this thing. I've been making my own cold brew with the coffee sock, the overnight thing. But I'm honestly not that versed in coffee at all. No, you know, I don't know much. So I was like, I should try what some like real cold brew tastes like to know if mine tastes anything at all similar to how it should taste. It's a concentrate, so you mix it with 1.5 parts liquid to 1 part this. And it says water or milk, so what I've been doing is doing a 1/2 cup coffee concentrate, a 1/2 cup chocolate milk or regular soy milk or whatever, but this was on sale. And then, do you ever feel like I feel like a pirate every time I take a straw and I need to see if there's not shit in it, and I go like this? I feel like Jack Sparrow. And then I put in a little bit of stevia sweet drops. Yum. So now I'm gonna make chickpea salad. So I'm gonna be making 2 batches, which like the base of that is 2 cans of chickpeas. Should I time myself? I could just put like 20 minutes on the clock and then see, you know, just go by that. Cause I don't feel like going and getting my phone. God, I don't wanna be so attached to my phone, you know? First I'm gonna put both these cans of chickpeas in the colander and drain all the juices out. Some different cans of chickpeas are like harder to mash than others. So these chickpeas are like hard for some reason. But then other chickpeas that I bought are like really easy to mash. Just me mashing away, just mashing away. I'm putting in celery and red bell pepper. Right now, it looks like this. Semi-mashed up chickpeas with some celery and bell pepper. You're supposed to put in 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise per can of chickpeas. So I'm gonna do 6 tablespoons of mayonnaise, approximately. Usually I use sweet relish, but we do not have any more sweet relish. So I'm gonna cut up some crunchy gherkins, Germany's #1 pickle. That's pretty sweet, actually. That tastes like friggin' candy. So we're cutting them up and throwing them in onto mustard. And again, you can just do whatever the heck you want with this dish. Nobody's watching you, unless they are. I don't know how much lemon to put. Depends on how sour you want it. I guess I just put a bunch of, ow! Hot sauce, garlic, salt, seasoned pepper. I'm gonna put some onion powder. Sometimes I put actual onion in it. Sometimes I put green onion in it. That's probably the best thing to put in it, but that gets like soggy, so it's good for like a garnish if you want that kind of thing. This is some dill mix, and I think that's it, guys. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Literally like right after I said I think I'm about done. Normally I would toast it, but I don't feel like it today. It's a little messy, but like I've taken it to school or to like other places and I don't have an issue with it. As long as it's just put in a container that's not much larger than the sandwich itself, so that it's like, you know, squeezed pretty tightly in there. Or you could put it in like a pita pocket, so then that'd make a little less mess. That'd be cute. So see all this food that I have? Oh my God, so much food. Oh, I didn't even show the finished product. I've made this shit so many times on this channel. So what we're gonna, okay, I don't like this. Okay, so I have here some spaghetti leftovers and I have a little bit of chicken patty, vegan chicken patty with some Daya cheese on it. And I have some broccoli and I have some kind of already cut up vegetables. And I'm gonna steam some veggies. And I'm just gonna do a lot so I can have like more to use throughout the week. Because I've learned recently that that's the easiest way for myself to consume vegetables often. Cut and steam a bunch at once and then they're already cooked. All you need to do is just throw them in whatever you're making. Honestly, you don't even need to cut broccoli if we're being honest. You can just rip it apart, but broccoli. We have this nice basket that I like to steam things with. So I'm just doing broccoli and carrot because if I'm gonna do them in bulk, like those are the vegetables that I will put in like anything, you know? Anyways, I'm microwaving this chicken patty. It's gonna look like a kid's meal. And then I'm gonna put the spaghetti and other leftover chicken patty with it and microwave it some more. Look at this. What is this plate? And then I'm just gonna throw on my a little bit of steamed veggies. Gonna grab some hot veg with my fucking fingers because I'm a child. A lot of nooch on my pasta and some garlic salt on my veggies. here I am prepping my smoothies for the next few days, and I'm doing a half cup of berries. I had a little bit of blueberries left, and then I had some frozen strawberries, and then I did a cup of greens, which is just spinach, and I just ripped it up so it's like a little bit easier to measure and also to blend. And I was doing about a banana. I started to kind of like do like weird portions of bananas, like I was like splitting them up because I didn't think I had enough bananas, but then I found this other bag of frozen bananas in the freezer also. I was doing half a date in each of them, and I don't usually put dates in my smoothies, only when I'm kind of like it's not sweet enough, or I'm not sure if it's going to be sweet enough, or I just feel like it. I'll just put in like a date or a half a date. This green bag is just like some leftover like mango and pineapple from a fruit salad from a while back that was in the freezer. I just put some greens and half a date in that one too. All right, so now I'm making one of these pre-prepped smoothies, and I'm just putting in the peanut butter and the soy milk and the hemp seeds, cocoa powder. Those are both mixed. I mixed the hemp seeds and cocoa powder together in that little crouton thing because I didn't have that much of either of them left, so I just thought I would combine them. And then I was eating one of those morning rounds while I was making the smoothie, or while I was like waiting for it to blend properly. I had to add quite a bit of liquid to this one because I didn't realize, like, you know, when you're using a bunch of frozen ingredients, you want to add more liquid to like help it blend. And I also only let it like defrost for like 5 minutes or something. The next few days you'll see that I let it defrost for longer so that it would be easier to blend. I don't usually eat a lot of kale. My go-to is spinach typically, because I would think it's cheaper. And I don't know, I think it's easier to cook with and eat raw. I just think it's better in like pretty much every way. But I bought some kale because it was at our local produce stand, and I'm trying to buy more like local stuff. What I'm doing, let's explain that. Is I'm gonna make like a greens basically I'm just gonna add greens to the chickpea salad, so it's like a greens salad with chickpea salad on top. You could do the same thing but easier by just putting a bed of spinach underneath the chickpea stuff. But I have this kale that I want to use, so I'm just taking it off the stem. I'm gonna give it a massage with some olive oil and a little bit of seasoning. Sometimes it's cool to just have a salad, you know. When was the last time I made a salad on this channel? Like never, right? Have I ever made a salad on here? I'm not really sure. And I was thinking about what else maybe I would want to put on this. Maybe I'll put some seeds in it. That sounds kind of fun. I feel like if you were gonna take this with you, like to go, you would put this in one container and then put this in another container and then combine them when you're gonna eat them so that this doesn't just get like soggy. How about 3 scoops? That's not very much. I'll do another one. So I'm gonna put a little bit of raisins on there. I am one of those people that likes fruit in salads. I think it makes them more enjoyable. I have these garlic pepper crispy onions. I don't know, I just found some stuff. And roasted and salted sunflower seeds. What a creative meal this is. I'm not reading the comments of this video. All right, here's my beautiful salad. It took me like 3 minutes to make. I don't know. It took me a few minutes. I wasn't timing it, sorry. So for dinner, I'm making some rice and beans and vegetables on a plate. I put some rice in the rice cooker. I steamed the veggies for a little bit first, just so they would like to ensure that they cook properly, because sometimes when I cook them on the stove, it's like sometimes I have a hard time. And when I'm just making dinner for myself, I just like throw in like a can of beans or a rinsed can of beans into the rice cooker after the rice is done, just to make it like easy, because I don't really have standards for myself. But like the other night I made the same kind of meal but with my mom, so I actually like put a couple cans of beans on the stove with some like oil and seasonings and like broth and stuff, so they would be more like a lighter version of like refried beans. But anyways, I meant to have like avocado in this. I usually have avocado when I make like a rice and bean bowl. We had like 2 avocados and they were both gross, like not even edible, and so I was very upset about it. I had a little bit of like cheddar cheese left in the bag, and I used some of that, and then I
regretted it because it didn't make it taste better. It tasted fine on its own, and then when I put that in, it kind of made it taste worse. There's my dog. His name is Morty. Wednesday. For breakfast, here I am prepping another one of those smoothies in a bag, and I let it defrost for a longer time, so I was setting the timer for like 15 minutes, I think. And then here I am making my coffee. This is the same as the last time I showed it, except I did put in a little bit of nut pod. Again, I was just like trying to use it up, kind of, and blending it. We're blending it.
Oh, that's not the right setting. As I was blending this, I had the idea. All the produce and stuff is together in the bag, but I'm still having to get out. Oh, it's so hard. But I mean, I'm just like trying to see how far the meal prepping can go, I guess. Why don't I try one where I put all the ingredients in the bag and I don't have to get anything out except for just the soy milk? We'll see. I'm gonna experiment it for you guys and let you know how it goes. So anyways, to me this tastes really good. Like, I genuinely love the taste of this smoothie, and I'm not sure like how much of that is that it actually tastes good and how much of that is just the fact that like I've gotten really used to it.
So here I am. Like a hurricane. So what's going on? Oh yeah, I'm reheating a beans and rice bowl, and that's literally it. It's just the leftover steamed veggies with the leftover sauteed veggies with the rice and beans, and then I put more sauce on it. I still didn't get any avocado by this time. And for dinner, this is me making a veggie pasta with this penne pasta from Sprouts. It was organic, but it was only $1.99 for a pretty big bag, so I was pretty satisfied with that. I made a ton of pasta this night. So anyways, this is just veggie pasta, penne pasta. Very simple. These are all the ingredients right here. So I'm showing the coconut cream can right there because that's like what I would normally use. But for right now, since I already had an open nut pod that wasn't like vanilla flavored or anything, I was just using that just to add some like creaminess to the sauce. So here I am sauteing some onions, and then I put in the tomatoes because I like the tomatoes to be like really cooked, you know, as cooked as possible. Then I'm putting in some, let me guess what I'm putting in. Garlic powder, seasoned pepper, salt. I usually put some red pepper flakes, and it probably was like oregano. Okay, so then I put in my cream and a can of tomato sauce and a bunch of nutritional yeast. I like to make kind of like an orange pasta with all these ingredients. It comes out pretty orange. Also, after making this, especially since I did use the entire bag of the pasta, if making it again, I would have used 2 cans of tomato sauce instead of adding some water to it, because that just kind of made the sauce, you know, obviously more watery. And I also would have added 2 cans of peas because it really wasn't that big of an amount of peas when I mixed it all up, and it could have added more protein to it. And then I was just adding in a little bit of dried basil on the top afterward, because I heard you're not supposed to like really cook basil. You should put it on like afterward. I didn't know if that was just for like the fresh herb or for also like the dry herb, but I don't know. I did it anyways. And I froze a couple portions of it for like when I'm sad or when I'm like feeling extremely lazy and I just want to like microwave a meal.
This is the green smoothie that I prepped. It's in the green bag. And I had it out, I set a timer for 10 minutes, but the timer went off like 10 million times as I was just like getting ready. So now it's probably been like 15 minutes, I don't know. And I shouldn't have had it defrost in the bag. I'm learning that right now. Probably would have been better to have it defrost outside of the bag because now it's stuck to the bag. For this smoothie, I'm gonna use some orange juice and some of this nut pod to make it a little creamier. I'm just pouring it in the bag to kind of help get some of this stuff out of there, which is kind of gross, but also it's fine. Yeah, scooping it out would have been a lot better. Some bread with some peanut butter. I'm just gonna toast it.
So for lunch, I took one of these Nugo Dark protein bars that are like literally, if I'm going to eat a protein bar, it's going to be this or the other Nugo Dark ones, but those ones taste-wise are like incredible. Put it in my fanny pack, and I also obviously was drinking the green smoothie later around lunchtime. I think this was the night that I was going to see It Chapter 2, and it was about like 7, so I was hungry enough to have like something for dinner, but I also didn't have like much time to like sit down and like eat something that's gonna, you know, I need to take my time with. So I just ate some of this cereal that I got for BOGO at Sprouts. And then for dinner, when I got home, second dinner, I just microwaved some of the veggie pasta. It looks so gross. Like I think it would have also looked better just fully appearance wise if I had more tomato sauce too, because it would have made it more like red and not just like this weird yellowy color.
So this is the bag that has all the like dry ingredients in there with it. And I was nervous about the peanut butter sticking to the thing. I don't know if you can even see it, but like that's the peanut butter right there, that little clump. It peels off from the bag like fine, so there's no problem there. I just want to get some of the like hemp seeds out of here, but it's not much. So I want to use up this Planet Oat chocolate milk because I've had it for quite some time now. And this is my cold brew that I prepared last night. I ground the beans in here, and then I put them in this little bag inside of the mason jar. And then you put water into that, and then you tie up the bag, and then you leave it in the fridge overnight, and then it looks like this. There she is. There's still like some in the bag, you know, that's like coming out. Then I'm just gonna pour some of that in here and some chocolate milk and then some stevia. That is so freaking good. What the hell? Oh my gosh. That's the best coffee I've ever made myself. Like cold brew coffee that I've ever made myself. My mouth is literally watering. What the? Ugh. Let's go. Gray smoothie that I love so much. I owe everything to my gray smoothie. Okay, so I'm gonna make this falafel and see how it turns out. I think you just add water to this and then like oil to the actual balls when you make them, but mix 1 cup falafel mix with 3/4 cup water, let stand for 30 to 60 minutes. Oh my god, that smells so good. On a baking sheet, form mixture into 2-inch round balls using a falafel scooper or by hand. I actually have a scooper that I use for cookies that could work for this. Spray the falafel balls lightly with olive oil. I'm just gonna like brush it on, and we don't have a sprayer. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes, rotating the pan at halfway mark. Cool, that's so easy, I'm so excited. I'm not trying to say that this is like an easy thing to make for lunch, you know, because the point of the video is like to make meals that are quick. This isn't really quick, but like you can make this for like dinner one day and then freeze or refrigerate the rest of the falafel balls, and then that's something that was easy to take to work, you know, because, or to school or whatever. So I have this Trader Joe's dark chocolate bar. Oh my god, there's 2. And it's a little too dark for me to enjoy it just like eating it on its own. It's 85%, which I don't care for just eating on its own. So I had saved it for a while just for the time when I would mix it with other things in like a little trail mix. So I'm just smushing it inside the bag and hoping that that's gonna work. Pour some chocolate in there. All right, I'm gonna put some raisins in there. Raisins, California raisins. And then there's a bunch of cashews that I couldn't fit in the jar. So this is the purpose, this is their purpose. And this is a lot. I'm not gonna eat all this right now. Hopefully I'll eat like a third of it. Mix up. Oh boy, I love trail mix. Whoop. So I'm literally so mad. The bread that I just bought, well, I guess it was on Friday, but I've already eaten some of it and it's definitely moldy. Anyways, I'm just gonna have some veggies and falafel and hummus then, so no bread. Here's my little lunch, very cute little platter. They turned out pretty good. They're a little bit like tough on the top, I guess, I don't know. Well, I think they're good, but I think the next time I'm gonna bake them for like a few minutes just so they like kind of firm up and then put the oil on. Unless I just get a sprayer, then I could just do it. But yeah, they're really good and it was really easy to make.
So then I microwaved another one of these like burrito bowl, beans and rice bowls, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of tried to put the sauteed veggies like on top of the steamed veggies as they microwaved so that like some of the flavor and like oil would transfer, you know what I'm saying? They would share. And I finally had avocados this time and it was a beautiful avocado. I was so happy to use it. So grateful. Saturday morning, I made pancakes for the family, and I wanted to share this pancake recipe. Casey shared it with me initially, and I've already kind of used it in a video before, but I don't even think I shared the recipe. I said I would, and then I totally forgot to put it in the description. But it's one of the most like easy from scratch pancake recipes I've used before, and it doesn't even call for any kind of like egg replacer. The ingredients just work together in a way where it's not necessary, and they turned out really good. I kept feeling bad that I didn't have like enough like fresh fruit to use for the rest of this video because all the fruit that I had was kind of just frozen fruit. But then I was like, well, maybe it's better that I don't have everything that I want to have available to me, because like sometimes you guys might only have like frozen fruit or whatever, and so like to force myself to be more creative, I guess. And so with the pancakes, I was like breaking up some of the rest of the frozen strawberries that I already had in the freezer, and then also that dark chocolate bar that I showed before. I just broke both of those up and put them in the pancakes as they were cooking. I also put some chunks of apple and cinnamon in some of the other ones. I definitely realized afterward that I should have like mixed in the toppings like into the pancake batter as I was pouring them out, or before I was pouring them out, so that it wouldn't make the pan so messy and that it would like cook better. But it turned out fine. They just were kind of like ugly on one side. And I used that organic wholesome syrup because I wanted something that wasn't as expensive as maple syrup, but also wasn't like high fructose corn syrup. And this one is just like cane sugar made into like a syrup. So yeah, it was pretty good. And then for lunch, I don't know, after making pancakes, I was like in the mood for like frying something in a pan with some earth balance. And I kind of regretted it though, because I don't toast things like that ever, and I realized that it's like not as easy to make it like a nice piece of toast as it is in the toaster. But when you like actually butter the bread for like a chickpea sandwich, especially if you're using like a good crisp sourdough bread with butter on it, it is so good. And for dinner, I had cereal again. This is me giving in to my cereal like obsession, but I definitely like let myself go a little more with like eating not like junk food, but like, you know, during the week I try to have like pretty balanced meals, you know, and eat like vegetables at every dinner and whatnot. But on the weekends, you know, I'm more like, yeah, let's eat whatever. It's literally just me eating cereal at home alone, so it's not that adventurous, but And then for breakfast on Sunday, I cut up an apple, and this is going to be a lot of peanut butter, so get ready for that. But I just love peanut butter, and sometimes I just make a platter of things and some peanut butter. So I just had some toast with some peanut butter and some apples with some peanut butter, and I also put some apples on the toast with the peanut butter, and then I put chia seeds and agave on top of that. Sometimes I'll like drizzle a little bit of agave on like toast with peanut butter, and it'll like kind of start to like drip off, you know, but then you put the chia seeds on top of that, and it kind of like holds it in place, you know, so it like provides like a good barrier, you know what I'm saying? And for lunch I had the rest of the falafels. I don't know, I had 5 of them, and I had some spicy hummus and regular hummus. That's why there's 2 different colors. And I still didn't have the pita bread to use because it was moldy, so I just put some pita chips on the plate that were definitely stale. And then for dinner, this is the last meal of this video. I am just reheating the veggie pasta again, and I stirred in some spinach and also cut up the last of the chicken patties that was in the freezer, and I mixed that into it as well. That was quite a good meal. I was pretty happy with that for a like lazy microwave meal. Not microwave because it was on the stove, but like reheat meal, I guess. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. I read all the comments. Leave a like if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you got something out of it. Subscribe if you want to see more of me. Hit the bell if you want to get a notification. Have I ever even said that on my channel? I'm not really sure. I'm not good at marketing myself. Okay. Next time I will be back with a video where I don't eat the same 3 things over and over again. I promise I'm gonna try to diversify my stock portfolio in the next video. Just kidding. My diet. Okay. Have a great day and week and month and year and eternal suffering. Just kidding. Have a good day.